Hello, thank you for listening. This is the near-death experience of Stuart, and this experience occurred in 1993 and was documented on March 4th of 2017. Open quote. It was my day off, and I was traveling to pick up a friend to spend the day with. I was approaching an intersection and had to turn right. When I started to apply the brakes, something happened with them, causing the car to slide. Later, when looking at the road and accident site, there were three black lines from the tires and one long silver gouge from something that had dug into the road. When I left the road, I was traveling diagonal to the flow of traffic into a 6 to 7 foot deep ditch at around 50 miles per hour and had no control of the car. The last thing I remember before what I have been told was my NDE was the sound and vision of the impact. I must add that I always wore my seatbelt. My NDE, as I remember it, started with me seeing all the blades of grass, the dirt slash soil, and the small bushes as clearly as if I were within inches of them. I had perfect vision, and in such clear clarity, it was amazing. Within a couple of minutes, I found myself in a pitch dark area that felt like a large room. I wasn't moving, but I could see a pinprick of light that was getting closer. Soon I realized that I was in a tunnel and that the light was moving towards me. I wasn't scared of the light as it was peaceful and or calming. I did sense other people but didn't feel a need or a want to speak or let them know I was there. As the light got closer to me, a person came out from the tunnel wall and stood in front of me. As I focused on the figure, I realized that it was my granddad, who had passed several years ago. At that time, I still blamed myself for his passing. He told me that it wasn't my time and to go back. The next thing that I remember was collapsing on the edge of the road and holding my chest. I don't know how I got out of the car or how I got my seatbelt off. I somehow lost time. I was taken to the hospital, given tests, and released. My parents picked me up from the hospital, and we stopped back at the accident site. Unless you were looking down the ditch, you would have driven past without seeing the car. I still have no idea how long I was away from my body, even if I did leave it. But something did happen, and only now do I want to share it without fear of feeling crazy. End quote. Thank you, Stuart. You're not crazy. That was a good story. There are some questions. Question: how did your highest level of consciousness and alertness during the experience compare to your normal everyday consciousness and alertness? Answer: was more conscious and alert. Everything was so clear and calm. Question: did time seem to speed up or slow down? Answer: I didn't have any feeling of time. Question: were your senses more vivid than usual? Answer: incredibly more vivid. Question: did you see an unearthly light? Answer: yes. Started as a pinprick light that seemed to get closer. Question: did you seem to enter some other unearthly world? Answer: a dark room that seemed to change into a tunnel. Incredible peace and pleasantness. Question: what importance did you place on your religious slash spiritual life prior to your experience? Answer: not important to me. Question: what was your religion prior to your experience? Answer: unaffiliated agnostic. Question: have your religious practices changed since your experience? Answer: no. Question: what importance do you place on your religious slash spiritual life after your experience? Answer: slightly important to me. Question: what is your religion now? Answer: unaffiliated agnostic. Question: did your experience include features consistent with your earthly beliefs? Answer: I had researched into ghosts and the afterlife. I never believed it until after the accident. Question, did you have a change in your values and beliefs because of your experience? Answer, no. Question, did you seem to encounter a mystical being or presence or hear an unidentifiable voice? Answer, my granddad. I actually saw him. Question, did you believe in the existence of God prior to your experience? Answer, God does not exist. Question, during your experience, did you gain information about the existence of God? Answer, uncertain. I didn't experience anything other than a room, tunnel, and my granddad. Questions, do you believe in the existence of God after your experience? Answer, I am uncertain if God exists. Question, do you believe in an afterlife after your experience? Answer, or did you believe in an afterlife prior to your experience? Answer, I was uncertain if an afterlife exists. Question, do you believe in an afterlife after your experience? Answer, an afterlife definitely exists. Yes, I met my granddad who had passed several years before. I knew that something was beyond what I, at the time, thought was our only plane of existence. Question, did you fear death prior to your experience? Answer, I greatly feared death. Answer, a question, do you fear death after your experience? Answer, I do not fear death. Question, during your experience, did you gain information about love? Answer, uncertain. I know that I felt love and peace more than I had or have since the accident. Question, what life changes occurred in your life after the experience? Answer, I know that an afterlife exists which has changed my outlook on life. Question, have your relationships changed specifically because of your experience? Answer, yes, I am more cautious about sharing this information with people. Question, was the experience difficult to express in words? Answer, yes. I had not spoken about it for many years due to the fear of seeing the accident again in my mind, or feeling like I had made it up, or feeling as if I was crazy. Question, how accurately do you remember the experience in comparison to other life events that occurred around the same time of the experience? Answer, I remember it as if it was an hour ago. I chose to lock it away due to feeling crazy. Question, do you have any psychic, non-ordinary, or other special gifts after your experience that you did not have before the experience? Answer, yes. I am at times able to see spirits and communicate with them. Question, are there one or several parts of the experience that are especially meaningful or significant to you? Answer, knowing my granddad is alive and not in pain anymore. Question, have you ever shared this experience with others? Answer, yes. I spoke with my therapist about it yesterday. Talked to my mom and dad about it once. Sounds like it might have been on Stuart's mind for a while. Or maybe it just came back. We're almost here towards the end. He believes the experience was definitely real. And his question, is there anything else you would like to add about your experience? Answer, nothing I can think of other than speaking to my therapist made me want to now share my experience with others. Well, that's great. Thank you, Stuart, and I appreciate you sharing with us. I enjoyed reading it, and I hope you guys enjoyed listening to it. Have a nice day.